jeans, heels and a nice sweet top. Doing on our backs when we drop it like it's hot. I don't usually smoke, but here, do you have a light? It must be girls' night. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Bimbo and Butch podcast, and today we're going to be talking about some of the craziest lies we have either believed or been told.
And I am Jenna, your favourite Bimbo. Probably not, but I'm going to make me be your favourite Bimbo. We're going to need two parts to this, Emer, I think, because I am the most gullible, naive person that you will ever meet.
Yeah.
If someone tells me something, you need to tell me that you're joking if it's a joke, or I will take it as fact and I will run with it. So,
yeah,
will we get into it?
Me too. There's a constant problem in my life too.
Oh my God.
People always have to tell me they're joking, so we're both pretty naive and gullible.
Which is a bad combination for us two walking around Belfast.
Absolutely.
Together.
We're going to be fleeced. We're going to be mugged. We're going to be taken advantage of. So, right, this is going to be good. I'm going to show everyone your Bimbo status. What is the weirdest or craziest or funniest lie that someone has ever told you that you've believed?
Right, so there's been many, but the funniest one with me and all my friends. So in school, I would ask a lot of questions. When my friends were talking, I would say, where, when, but who? And wait, so they give me a 5-question-a-day limit. And I was only allowed to ask 5 questions for the day. And I would usually run out of that in the first 10 minutes because they were all so fed up with me asking questions, and I was so gullible, and they would always tell me things and like hilariously laugh. So anyway, let's go back now. We're going to uni. I went to McGee because I was born, and they went to Belfast because they were crazy. So
I thought you said because you were born.
Boring.
And I was like, is that all it takes for you to qualify to get into McGee? Be born. Entrance qualifications.
There you go. She's a brain surgeon on first day. So they all went to Belfast, and I used to go down every Thursday night because it was theme night.
Yes.
And I didn't miss out on all the crack.
Yeah.
So on this particular night, OCD, anxiety, beaten clean out of me. We were having what they call prees.
Oh, yeah.
We called it carryouts back in the day. What do you call it? Prees?
Pranks.
Okay, right. You called it that?
Pre-drinks, pranks. I think that was just me, though.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So we would have prees in the house before we went out, and I remember instead of engaging in the conversation in the room, I was looking around the room counting how many tiles there was on the roof.
Oh, Jesus.
And I noticed that the lampshade was like all hanging off and like all like looked
like
a
student house.
Aye, but it looked like it was something like bit, but the ceiling was right and high. So I said to one of the girls that lived there, what the hell happened, the lampshade up there? And she was like, did you not hear? A baby giraffe escaped from Belfast Zoo and came into our house and ate our lampshade. And I was like, oh my God, what? I couldn't believe it. Like, I literally, and back then we only had BBMs, phones. You know the phones? So
I don't know what BBM stood for there.
So
it's not something I've heard of.
No BBMs. But the phone, remember?
Blackberries.
Sorry.
Blackberries.
Aye, but it was a BBM.
They were a wee bit before my time, so I never had one of those, but I know what they were.
So basically the context of that was I had no access to internet, whereas I could Google now and be all baby giraffe escaped from Belfast and see it in the news. So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. So then the questions started, and then throughout the night I was like I was in the nightclub still thinking about the giraffe in this house. No, I was going up to my friends again, and I was like, see, when the giraffe came into the house, like, what did you do? And they were like, oh, we had to ring the zoo. And the zookeeper came and got him. And because he was only a baby giraffe, he had to be coaxed out, and the streets were closed off, and the police came, and they finally got him out. But that's a lot of detail,
so I would believe it too.
I spent the
they're psychopaths.
I spent the rest of my entire night on my own at the bar thinking, oh my God, I can't believe this. I can't wait to get home and tell everyone, like, this baby giraffe.
Can't wait to go and tell everybody in Derry.
So the Monday comes anyway. That's grand. Had a good night out. The Monday came, and one of the girls that lived in Belfast, her daddy was my driving instructor at the time. So he was like, what was the crack in Belfast this weekend? Crack. And he's sitting in the front seat, and I was like, did you not hear? A baby giraffe escaped out of Belfast and ate their lampshade.
And it had the baby giraffe.
And had to be coaxed out by the zookeeper and all. God. And he was so surprised. He was like, oh my God, no, she never told me this. I can't wait to get home today and ring her. No, I never heard about that.
And did he believe it?
He believed it as well, right? So that was grand. We did the the driving lesson and I went home, and an hour later my friend rang me and she was like, you are one fucking stupid bitch. My daddy just rung me asking about the giraffe. She said, I forgot to let you know that we were joking.
Oh my God.
So because they forgot, they would always tell me that
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
joking,
yeah.
but this time they didn't, and I genuinely believe
I would
that.
have believed them too.
Like, it took over my life
Do
that
you know
night.
what? See, because there was such a backstory,
There
I
was
would have
so
believed them.
much. There was so much, and I couldn't. I was like, so a baby giraffe is like in this house, like right now where I'm sitting.
And a baby
Like,
giraffe
aye.
would fit.
I know.
They're not that big.
And their story was making sense. Like, I would believe anything. Do you ever see things on the news and it's like older lady conned by African man, or
That'd
like
be you.
men from Turkey
Yeah.
fell in love and sent thousands. Like, that's me.
That is you.
That is me. I will be that woman that like sends to all these random men on the internet that say they love her and they're not even real.
I could totally see
isn't
that
that
happening
some?
to you.
I
That
am
is the sun.
so, like my sister say, for someone that is so smart,
You're
are
so
so
stupid.
stupid.
My siblings say that to me all the time.
Aye.
For someone
Like,
so smart,
I'm-
you're so stupid.
I'm so book smart, but I'm street smart. I have no idea what goes
Oh,
on
me
in the
too.
streets.
But it does make you very gullible.
So
and
gullible.
Very naive.
What about you? What's the craziest or the funniest lies that you've ever been
Well,
told?
I'm still thinking about when you said about the carry-out thing. Is that what you call it in there?
Well,
Get a carry-out?
Back in the day, it's prees now. but
It's
it
prees
used to be
now.
carry-out.
So it would have been prees for us too, but because it was pre-drinks, I would have called it prinks just because I thought I was
You
serious.
are so original.
I know, but I was invited probably once and one time only for a carry-out in Belfast, and they called it a carry-out. I'd never heard carry-out before, and I turned up with Chinese. I brought a Chinese with me. Because I didn't know. I was like, oh, it's really nice. I've been invited for a carry-out, so I turned up with a chicken curry half and half. And
Pop it
everybody
off.
else had like Glen's vodka. And I was like, where's everybody else's food? So I just opened it up and sat there and just started eating. I didn't have any alcohol.
You were drunk on curry sauce.
I was just,
Oh,
Um,
that's fucking hilarious.
I'm an idiot. But
I'm an idiot.
so one of the most gullible things for me, don't know if this is gullible because it's drilled into us from such a young age. This is religion related, but whenever I was a kid, I think I was P7, right? My cousin rang me to the house phone, and like we all watched Coronation Street, right?
Still going, I can't believe it.
I know. And she was all to me, oh my God, you'll never believe it. And I was like, what? And she said, I found out why Sarah from Coronation Street is pregnant. Do you remember Sarah, who was 13?
Yes.
Gail Platt's daughter.
Yeah.
She got pregnant at 13.
Mm.
And I was like, well, I know why she's pregnant. And she was like, why? And I said, because she prayed to God and he gave her a baby. Because that's what I have been told.
Right.
And she was like, no, that's not what happened. Somebody in her estate told her that Sarah was pregnant because she'd had sex. And I went ballistic. I was like, that's not true. My mummy told me that the only way you can get a baby is if you pray to God and he gives you a baby. And I was like, she says, no, you have to have sex. And I was like, no,
what
you
age
don't.
Is your cousin?
She was the same age as me. We were both in P7. She was like, no, you don't. Sarah's not a virgin. And she's being a virgin means that she, if you're a virgin, that means that you haven't had sex. And if you're not a virgin, means you would have. And I was like, that's not true. That's not true. What about the Virgin Mary? Right. So we had a full-on fallout about this. And like, I went to my sister and was like, like Louise just rang there and said that Sarah, like, would you hear this? Like, that Sarah's pregnant because she had sex with with Todd. And my sister was like, no, she prayed to God and got a baby. And then I was like, but actually, if she prayed to God, why is she so shocked and upset if she asked for it?
Right.
And then in my head, I was like, but me and my cousin fell out about that for weeks. This was a point of contention. And I just did not believe her. And I just kind of thought, I'm not going to believe her. I can't believe, anything she says. That's not fact-based. And for years, I didn't believe her until I was well into my teens. And then went back there and was like, see that big argument that we had where I said there was no way in hell that she had a baby because she had sex. I understand that now.
Oh my God.
But for years, the reason I couldn't believe it was because I was like, my parents wouldn't lie to me.
No, they've not lied
They've never lied. Santa's real.
Yeah, tooth fairy.
Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. They will not have lied to me. And if they said, this is how she got it, that's how she got it.
That's how it works.
So, like, I'm pretty sure everyone else at that point in their lives knew, but I was very naive and I just could not figure out.
P7's quite a young age. Do you know about that, though, isn't it?
Well, I don't know, maybe in Strabane, you know, I think maybe people are a wee bit more street smart.
Right.
But someone in her estate told her, and she rang me immediately to report it. So I would have kind of learned anything like that from her.
Right, okay.
So she was a lot more street smart than me.
Right.
And she was only like 2 months older than me. But anything like that or related to boys or related to anything adulty,
right.
she would have taught me. And then, but that one I couldn't get on board with. So that lie, I couldn't believe that you had to do that to have a baby.
Do the dance with no pants.
Do the sex.
Have the
other methods are available, but you know. But I could not believe that.
Going back to, I remember being in on about pregnancy, and I was pregnant in P7. No, I remember someone in my class in P7 saying, if you had sex up your bum, right? Like, this is all new to me. I didn't even know you could have sex anywhere. That you got pregnant and it was on your back. The bump would be on your back.
What?
And I believed that right up to yesterday.
Told Riley yesterday and nothing happened. Oh my god!
Isn't
but
that
actually,
so weird?
As a kid, I could totally get why you'd think that. Like, do you remember? Did you ever watch Big Brother when you were away?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Was it McCusker and your man Anthony were in
I was reading about
in the hot
other
tub,
day.
and like all they did was kiss, and then she came into the diary room. She was like, "I'm pregnant." And I was like,
I demand a pregnancy test.
But they hadn't done anything. And I was like, oh my God, I can never go to the pool. I can never go to a hot tub. I was terrified for years that I was going to get pregnant from being in a body of water near a meal.
Oh my God.
So I actually thought for years.
That was the craziest thing that happened in TV at that time, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Them two in the
hot tub. And like all they did was kiss or something.
Aye.
But then she was pregnant. She was pregnant within like a day.
The next day I was pregnant.
I know. Some of them were not right.
No, that's why they were chosen to go in there.
Absolutely.
I mean, they would put us.
Absolutely.
They'd throw us, unlock us, and just run away.
Put us in a soft padded cell. Do you have any other ones that you believed?
I had. One that I actually told. It was just a wee white lie. Actually.
A lie that you told?
Yes. So whenever I was on the Royal, when I broke my back, I was on there for such a long time. I was going to say
mental health or physical health?
Mental. Both.
Physical.
Both.
Yeah.
So my daddy, God love him, he would get the train up and down most days to visit me because you could only have like a certain amount of visitors and all that. And I was saying to him, you know, I'm so fed up being in this bed. I need to get out. And he was like, well, I'll take you, you know, out around the grounds. But the staff wouldn't let me because I was paralysed. Like I was in their care. I wasn't allowed outside of the building. So he was like, tell them I'm going to take you to the canteen and I'll take you out around, you know, around the fresh air.
Take you to Kremlin?
What's that? Oh, the nightclub? No, he didn't take me there, but I will tell you where he took me. So that was grand. I hopped into the wheelchair and I ended up at Bobby Sands' grave.
Oh my God. He was like, do you know what'll cheer her up?
Because my daddy loves a good graveyard.
Ah.
Right? And because his great-grandparents were... so do I. Because his great-grandparents were buried there. Bear in mind... graveyards aren't very wheelchair friendly.
Yeah, they're not very suitable terrain.
No. So I was being bumped along with my daddy who didn't realise.
With your broken spine?
I like trying to hold on.
Oh
and he was like,
God.
Look at this grave over here, look at this. And then my phone rings and it was a private number. And I was like, hello, the wind and the rain and all. And she was like, Jenna, we're in the canteen looking for you. Where are you? And I was like, just outside. Like right at the door, and they were like, doing what? Because I didn't smoke either.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'll be there. And she was like, no, we went down and we checked. So I had to lie to them and be like, no, he just took me like just literally outside because they were like, do you realise how dangerous that is? And all like, you're paralysed. And like my daddy was like throwing me like over his shoulder.
You were in the right place, like you were in a graveyard.
Throwing me over his shoulder, throwing me in his car.
Terrible.
And I was fucking paralysed. But I would do anything to get out of that. Thanks. So that was just a wee white lie.
Oh my God. Well, that's a bad one because that was a dangerous
one. That
one.
was a very dangerous one on my part.
That was a very
dangerous one. Must be medication, must dinner time and everything was raging.
Oh, Jenna. Very irresponsible.
Very
father.
irresponsible. So I deserve everything you get.
Well, parents, I think, are usually the source of little white lies.
Yeah.
Especially when you're growing up. Like, my mum always hated chewing gum so much. She just thinks it's the most disgusting thing in the world.
Right.
So she always told us that chewing gum was made from rats' tails. Did you have that? Did my mum just make that up?
That is so specific.
So she told us it was made from rats' tails, and she told us if you swallowed it, it stuck to your insides.
Well, I heard that for 7 years.
Yeah, so she obviously that wasn't enough for us, so she had to say rats' tails. But it was so delicious, and anytime, so we were not allowed it, but anytime my dad brought us to school, he would bring us. He used to work in a half-time in a bar, half-time funeral director, which is a very common career path for people. And
that is such a diverse. It's like
but it seems to be like everyone's funeral home owns a bar.
Why?
Like I don't know.
What is the connection?
I don't know. It just seems to be. Now, it wasn't my dad who owned them. It was another guy, but my dad worked for both. But it just seems to be someone in a town who owns something that people are always at and something that people are always at. Seems
Just
quite
waiting
common.
for someone to drop at the bar.
Absolutely, feed
So
them
you
as
can
much
take
drink
them.
as possible. I know, put them into the grave.
Get business up at the funeral home.
Exactly. But yeah. So he would take us in the morning sometimes down to count the money at the thing, and we would get a Coke and a packet of crisps, and then he would bring us to the shop, and we would get a packet of chewing gum.
Oh.
And like my mum didn't know that, and I think whenever she found out, it's whenever she started telling us about the rat's tails. But one of the other things they always told us at night time. So there's 4 of us. I have a sister and 2 brothers, and they always said to us, "You just be good now. Don't be messing about." We'd be like, right. And my brothers shared a room and we shared a room, and they'd say to us, "Don't be messing about because there's a big man under your bed."
That is the
Why?
complete opposite to tell a child.
Why would you
Go to bed?
Did they tell you there's a man under your bed?
No, because that's emotionally abusive.
Oh
That's
my god!
abuse.
So in our house, there's a big man under your bed, and I was. Isn't it a wonder I'm gay? I was terrified. I was so afraid.
They put you off men from the day I know you
I
were
know.
born.
My sister was terrified. Now my wee brother, my brother who's gay, was probably delighted. He was probably
underneath.
thinking, "Come on up in here, big boy."
He was shaking every night. Oh, not the night
It's like,
region.
thought you said there was a big man under there, but like I think this was a common thing in Strabane. Like I don't think my parents made that up. Like it was a thing to tell you.
Aye.
It's kind of like the boogeyman.
Aye.
That's who was supposed to be under there.
But as a parent, I couldn't think of anything worse than telling my son there was something under his bed. He wouldn't stay there. He wouldn't go to bed.
Well, what happened to us was we'd be frozen in fear, and it meant then that we wouldn't try and get out of the bed because they would grab your legs or something. But I didn't. I never slept, and also, obviously, you and I having the OCD, I would spend hours at night checking every cupboard,
no.
every wardrobe, every
No.
whatever. But I want to know if anyone else listening, if they were ever told that there was a big man under your bed, because I swear to God, it was a common thing. And they told me, and my dad told me I was adopted too.
Like once, or like was this a running joke?
It was a running joke, but I didn't get the joke because I was like 5. So I thought that I was adopted. So I started to look for all these signs that I was adopted. But obviously adults don't get that a kid doesn't, necessarily get their sense of humour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I remember one time I went off with my cousin who told me about Sarah from Coronation Street. We went down south to stay with our other cousins and stuff. And my dad said to me, obviously joking, whenever you come back, we'll not be here because you're going to be going back to your adoptive family.
Emer, I think your home is very full of emotional abuse.
And I was like, but my
No
dad,
wonder you are the way you
I
are
know.
today.
my dad obviously thought it was funny. But I remember getting there and I couldn't sleep that night, and I had to go to my auntie and uncle and be like, I'm really sick. And my uncle had to drive me all the way back home, and it was because I was like thinking, if I don't go home, they're going to go on without me and they're going to leave. And I'm going to be sent back to my real family and I don't want to go.
That is awful.
But you don't think back in the day that like parents they weren't as educated, so they
Yes.
didn't know how to parent, so they parented through fear.
Aye.
Do you know what I
Aye.
mean? Because they didn't know any other. Because
Be
that's
good,
how
'cause
they were.
aye.
That's how they were taught.
We were always told like if we were chopping, be good or that security guard's going to arrest you.
Uh-huh.
And we'd be like,
We were told that too.
3-year-old
I'm
getting
going to ring the
arrested.
police. What was your crime today?
I wanted a packet of Watsons.
I asked Mummy, could she open the Billy Bear ham because I'm really hungry.
Stupid, fuck off. We'll go back to the man under the bed thing. I don't know. Did you ever watch The Walking Dead?
No, is that the zombie thing?
I must have watched that about 5 times. 7
I've never
seasons
seen
over.
it. I don't know if I would like something about zombies.
It's mad because I don't normally, but
Yeah.
I just love that and I was hooked. And then I watched that like 10 years before I had Dannon. And then when I had him last year, I was telling him about it and he was like, I'd love to watch it now. It is gory. It's not
I love gory, though.
necessarily. It is a wee bit scary. It's for 18, so it's not really responsible
What
for
age
me.
is Dan? Like 5?
9. Still
That's
nowhere
all
near
right.
it.
He's only 50% off.
But I was showing him, before I let him watch the thing, I was showing him clips of them doing the makeup on the zombies. You know, making
So
the
he
people,
wouldn't be afraid?
like showing them special
Let him
effects
play
and
Grand
stuff.
Theft Auto and all? Yeah.
No, he doesn't play any. He doesn't have any Xbox, PlayStation, nothing like that. And so I was like, before we watch this, then if you really want to watch it, I love it, and you know it's all fake and whatever. So a couple of times throughout the first one, he was like, I really want to watch the zombie bits. Like he didn't like the acting parts. No, he just wanted the zombie bits.
Yeah.
But when they came on, he would jump up my ass and he would be like holding on, and I'd be like, Dan, and I'm going to have to turn this off now. You need to stay in your own room tonight. And he was like, I'm scared.
I'm going to turn this off. I'm traumatized.
So that's what I said. I says, right, look, if you don't stay in your own room, we can't continue watching it. Then he's all, no, I'm fine. I'll stay in my own bed. So that night, I put him on the bed, and he was all getting nervous and all, and he was all,
Jenna,
Mummy, wouldn't it be like so funny if there was like a zombie under my bed? He was just testing it for me to be like, don't worry, there's no zombies under your bed.
Don't.
I know, but he loves it now, and not like I do get telling kids wee white lies, like, but it's to protect them, I think. Like, so vaping at the minute, it's huge amongst younger ones.
I know.
And Dan would, like, my son would say to me, oh, I seen, you know, a P7 vaping after school today. And what age are you in P7? 10, 11?
No.
And I nearly had a stroke because my son's coming up. Next year he'll be P7.
That's mad.
So I said to him, do you know if you vape, your legs fall off?
Fair enough.
Right?
Well, they could.
And he was like
he's going to spread that around
right?
school.
So my sister said to me, Jenna, I don't think you should say that because he's going to be like you. He's not going to have no street awareness. He'll go out and he'll stay out in the street and then he'll get battered for being such stupid.
Yeah.
So we had a hospital. He had a neurology appointment then a few days after that, and we were just walking out, and there was a man vaping in a wheelchair with no legs.
And you were like, perfect.
I go, Dan.
Perfect.
Dan was all, Mommy's vaping. He's no legs. I go, vape.
That's what happens.
Your legs fall off. So
you
I
should have gone one further and been all to your man. That's what.
But I was trying not to like show him that my son was gawking at him, you know, because if my son sees someone,
does he stare?
He's a stare. Not as much anymore, but when he was younger. But I remember one time we were in Home Bargains or something, and at the end of the aisle, I seen is it dwarf? Is that what we say? Small people?
No, I don't think so. Is it well, I don't know. Do you say
dwarfism,
someone with dwarfism or little person? I think people were saying little person for a while, but that feels
dwarfism.
Maybe someone with. We'll check with our resident. If we've got any listeners who are little or have dwarfism, let us know.
It's all about education.
Educate
let us know. So this person obviously had dwarfism. Dwarfism is a very small man, but I seen him first chatting to someone and I thought, oh my fucking God, Dana was coming behind me and this is him. Mommy, look at that really small man. And I mean, he was so close to him. And the man, God love him, he turned around and he explained to my son, he's like, I have dwarfism. And my son just was like, but then I was thinking, imagine seeing something for the first time ever.
Absolutely.
You would be blown.
Absolutely.
So the fact that man turned around and educated my son.
Well, that's probably the right thing to do.
Makes it so much easier for him to understand.
That's
otherwise than being like, I would have been all, don't lock, don't say nothing. And then my son would have been even more confused going, what
I don't know
that?
if it's probably more
are we not
awkward
allowed
for
to talk
people
about
if
that?
it's like, oh, you can't say anything, you don't know. I think that's maybe more awkward. And kids do just say anything. So, you know, like I was at the swimming pool recently, and I was.
Did you get pregnant?
No, thank God. It's Aunt Niece from Big Brother. I was in the changing room after, and there was a mum in with her son, but the son was obviously too young to go into the men's on his own. And I could hear him, and he was going on about, I don't know what age he was, maybe 7, gone on about I'm the only wee boy in here, I'm the only wee boy in here. And then I came out of the pool and I came into the changing room and he was standing out and he was like, Mummy, it's okay, there's another boy's coming. And his ma was mortified, but I was just like, hiya. I thought it was so funny.
That's hilarious.
I know, it was fun. But kids do just say anything.
Just last week as well, I never go into the town shopping or anything, but Dan and Hattie get his glasses changed, and he was like, some woman come up to me, she followed the mental health of me and whatever, and she was like, can I give you a hug? I love, watching you, which is lovely, but like it's really awkward because I'm not that much of a hugger. I really need to know the person. So Dan and sat and going, why? And he just says, who's this? Who's that? First he said, who's that man? And I was like, this lady is, who are you? And she was like, oh, I follow you. And he was like, what do you mean you follow me? You follow me to Skull? Do you know where I live? And asking all
these. Are you a pedophile?
I like really like.
Because kids, as soon as they hear you follow me, probably think, because stranger danger is so big.
Like he couldn't, obviously because he doesn't have social media, he doesn't know what that meant. So she was trying to be like, no, I follow you on social media. And he was
terrified child.
That dad and I've decided that I can't put him on anymore because he told me himself that people are approaching him. How scary is that?
Really? That is scary.
I know. So I've made the decision now to completely take him away from everything.
Whereas lots of people don't post their kids at all.
It's because when he was younger, it was kind of cute. He was working it and it was relevant. Whereas now he's turned into a young boy, and he loves it. He asks, he's like, can I do a reel or TikTok or whatever with you? But I just feel at this age now, maybe not.
Yeah.
But back to our lives. So
yes,
I had a cat. My two sisters lied probably loads to me throughout my life. So there's a big age gap.
You the youngest?
No, I'm second youngest. So there's 4 girls. You can totally tell that my parents were trying for a boy.
Absolutely, they nearly got one.
They did. My labia is that hangy that they were told in the 4D scan that I was a boy. I'm joking.
Oh Jesus!
But I definitely think that they thought that I was a boy.
Yeah.
And still think that I am a boy. I'm treated like one.
They treat you like a boy.
I'm the boy of the family. But so my older sisters, my oldest is 10 years older than me, and then the other is 6 years older than me.
They're big gaps.
Aye, so I have a 45-year-old sister, and apparently it was because one of them was a severe crier, and my mommy didn't want it anymore, and they were like, "Fuck that so much," and then they got me, and I was perfect, obviously. So anyway, back to them two bitches. So I had a cat called Snowy. And I loved Snowy. It was just a wee baby kitten, and we always had cats, but they lived out the back. They weren't allowed in the house unless my mum and daddy were out, and then we would sneak them in. They were running around the house mental, and I just loved Snowy. It was kind of like after a hard day at school for me, it was like my sensory thing. I would just come home and hug
emotional
him,
support animal.
And we loved each other, and it was this amazing bond. And then I woke up one morning, went out to give Snowy a hug and a kiss before school, and he wasn't there. And I was like, Snowy, and he like really wasn't coming. And I was going to school, and I was like absolutely devastated. I was like, what the hell? Like, where is he? So I came back that day again, and he still wasn't there. And my mommy was like, Jen, I think he might have run away, because like today when I went out to feed the other cats, he wasn't there. He could have run away today.
How many cats do you have?
There was only like 2 or 3.
Right.
But it was Snowy was the baby.
2 or 3 too many.
Snowy was the child of our main cat.
Oh,
right. So I got custody of
Snowy. Who was the daddy?
Oh, I don't know. God knows. In Ballymac and Derry, actually.
Typical Derry ones.
It was like a lottery. And so my mommy was like, we went out to feed the cat, and I think Snowy ran away. So to make it feel better for me, I was like, oh my God, he's going to be lost and scared. And she was like, no, I think maybe a good family, will take care of him. I was like, but why doesn't Snowy like me? And that was the start of my abandonment issues then. I was like, I loved you, Snowy, and you left me. Why would you do that?
Even a cat.
I know, I sabotage relationships because of that.
Absolutely.
But so that was grand. Wasn't grand at the time. Took me a long time to get over Snowy.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. And then years later, we were having prees, me and my sisters, before a family event.
Oh God, the truth comes out.
We were all sitting drinking and all, and they were like, talking about all different lies that we told our mum and daddies through the years, and they were like, and mine, Snowy, mine got it by the Alsatian, and we told Jenna that he ran away, and I fucking busted anti tears. I was a full grown woman. I must have been about 25.
That is that really gave me a wee.
They were like, oh, we forgot to tell her, and I was like, He's lied for like 15 years. He's told me
about a murder.
He got it by not just anything, but in a ferocious attack on the doorstep. He got mauled to death. And they told me that. So I have been never.
But you know what?
Believe a word that they say.
Silver lining.
What?
Snowy didn't abandon you. Snowy, he would have been there if he could have.
But all my relationships are fucked.
I know, but he didn't abandon you.
I know.
So you can take from that if a man leaves you, he hasn't abandoned. He's probably been murdered.
He's probably been eaten by.
He's probably been eaten.
But I hope that's the reason.
Yeah, because Snowy didn't abandon you. That's the only good thing. That is so sad.
That is so sad.
Oh
that
my god, that kind of broke my heart a little bit.
And the fact that they were laughing about it.
Oh,
and then they realised that I was crying, and they're like, "Oh my god, we just ruined our night out now."
Mm-hmm.
Just ruined her life and everything.
That was I had a similar experience with a pet.
Did it go to the kind farmer? Did you have a kind farmer?
There were no farms in Strabane.
No, but any time that my cat, the main cat, had a breed or a litter, they would go to the kind farmer.
Well, they didn't use that phrase in Strabane because we would want it. The only farmers were on the outskirts, and they were Protestants, so they had taken enough from us. Do you know? We weren't going to give them take back off them. I'm going to give them my pet. No, they had enough money. So like I had a similar experience. So I had my first pet was a fish, and he was called Diamond, after Neil Diamond.
Oh. Did you love him as a kid?
Love Neil Diamond. Absolutely, it was the first CD we ever got. So I absolutely loved Neil Diamond. So yeah, Diamond, one day I went into my room. A diamond was floating.
Not the way a fish should float.
At the top of his bowl.
God. Upside down.
Upside down.
Oh no.
And I said, Diamond, Diamond, please, Diamond. Forever in blue, please, Diamond.
Did you resuscitate? Did you start CPR?
I was so upset. And we weren't allowed pets, so the fish was the best I could do. So I got very attached to this fish.
Oh, God.
As it had turned out, my two brothers had come into the room and they'd given Diamond, they thought it'd be a good idea to give Diamond a bath. And they took my sister's perfume and poured it into Diamond's fishbowl. Right? Poisoned him, murdered him, right? It all came out that this is what happened.
Oh my God.
There was a lot of aggro because they were saying we were trying to do a good thing. We were trying to give him a bath. I was like, why the fuck would a fish in a bowl need a bath? But anyway, so that was fine. I think they put a wee bit of bubble bath in too.
That would be a horrific death.
Oh my God, terrible death for Diamond.
And
then we decided, I was so upset that we had to have a funeral service.
Yeah.
Now with my dad being a funeral director, we'd be quite good, at knowing how the funeral. We know what we're at. So we put Diamond into an old Chinese container, and one of my brothers was the priest. He's now the brother who's gay. I don't know if there's any correlation.
Oh, massive correlation.
And we had a procession, and we brought Diamond and we buried him in the front garden, and I sang at the funeral, and I sang All Rise by Blue. Do you remember it? All rise, one foot of money in it. Two rises, two for the lies that you deny. All right, I'm gonna say it to your face. I rest my case.
That is such a weird tune to choose for the death of anything. Never mind.
It's because I thought when you're in mass, everyone stands up. Do you know? So I thought when the coffin came in, when the chicken chow mein container came in, I thought everybody on your feet. So I sang, all rise.
For your mother's child,
all rise. For the day, all rise. For the day,
perfect song. Actually,
I will survive.
When we put you under your Krypton spar,
I would like All Rise to be playing as I'm put under the freezer beside the Twisters. So yeah, that was you just triggered that memory in me. And Diamond was buried in the front garden. And it was a very hard time for the family.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Very hard. It's hard when someone in the family, when there's a murder and they cover it up, or there's a murder and it's actually your siblings have committed it.
And you still have to love them.
And you still have to, Now, I've never felt the same about them since. It's been very, very difficult. But yeah, that made me think of that. But back to our lives.
That made me think of another story, actually, though. This is probably why my sisters did this to me. So again, the closest thing to an in-house pet that you're allowed is a fish. So we had fish.
Absolutely.
But I don't remember this memory. My mommy told me this. We had fish and they went missing. I was only 2, 3 maybe.
Where could they be? There's only so many places they can go.
They went missing and they were like, where is our fish? So my sisters are like 12 and 10 at this point, and I was 3, say. And they were like, Jenna, tell us where the fish is. They were like looking through all my toy houses and dolls and, you know, everything.
In case the fish was away in for sleep or something.
I just lodged it under the Barbie house or something. So
put it in the Malibu Barbie convertible.
I took them by the hand down to mine mobile phone boxes.
No.
In the streets.
Oh, like a telephone box?
Or sorry, not mobile phone. Telephone boxes.
Yeah.
Used to ring Childline and be like, hello, and then run away and stuff.
Yeah.
We used to clog the lines of Childline. That is awful. But we used to do that a lot in Derry. It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the free phone box. Of course you're going to. What else is there to do?
But anyway. That's terrible. Kids are bad, aren't they?
We're awful. But anyway, I was only 3 and I led them down to the phone box and I put the fish through the coin slot in the phone box and it was wedged in there.
Wait. Sorry.
I know.
Did you actually do that?
Yes. And I have no recollection of my murder. Maybe the signs were there.
I think that you're a psychopath.
I think so too. I was only 3 as well. So why in my mind am I trying to... Who am I trying to ring with a fish, first of all?
I don't know.
Fish is not currency.
Captain Birdseye? I don't know. That was... Jenna.
I was like... Why was no one watching me for a start? I was only 3.
Yeah, why were you roaming free through the streets?
With a fucking fish like this?
With a fish? What kind of fish? A goldfish?
There was 2 goldfish and I slotted them in.
Both
I don't remember. Well, I both were in, squashed through the coin part.
That's the sickest thing I've ever heard.
I know, and my mum, I can't believe
really
it.
Smush them.
I really had to smush them.
There's something wrong with you.
I know.
You're not right.
I'm really not right.
And did you get through to anybody?
No. They could hardly. My family could hardly get through to me.
Oh my god!
So my sisters were devastated, and there was a whole uproar in the family. And then I think that's why they were delighted that Snowy got eaten.
See, if you were my child, and I'd found out that you were in a telephone box slotting your pet fish into the coin slot, I'd have you committed. I think that's what's the triad of psychopathy?
But
pissing the bed, setting fires, and cruelty to animals.
But my mummy thinks there was nothing. Like, I don't know how she never thought there was anything wrong with me.
Because there's obviously something wrong with her.
Oh, maybe she was just so preoccupied with all my other sisters and everything else going on.
I don't know how preoccupied I could be to overlook the one who's murdering pets. Oh my god, that is so scary. That's terrifying. I would have lied about that.
No, I
would
know.
Never tell anybody.
But I was only 3 and I obviously didn't know that was murder. Obviously, I thought that I don't know what actually I thought I was doing, but it wasn't murder. In my mind, I was
insanity
3.
defense.
And my solicitor just said, going forward, just say that you were only 3 and you don't remember. So there you go.
And next time you're murdering it, oh my god, that is scary. Right.
So the next human I put through the slot, I'll be like, I was
through
only
the slots
20.
in one door. You'll be like, I was only 36. So
I blacked out. Doesn't count.
I only have one lie that I can remember telling. I'll think people aren't very... You just roll your eyes.
Mummy's watching.
But it's different because you have a kid to lie to. What am I going to lie to my dogs? Do you know what I mean? I don't really have anyone to lie to. Do you know, I'm single. I live with my dogs. Do you know what I mean?
I love how you say I have no one to lie to. I'm single. I love how you think you lie in your relationships.
I'm no girlfriend to lie to, so I'm single. I don't really have any friends.
You're single because you lie to your girlfriends?
Yeah. So, no, the lie that I can remember autistic people aren't very good at telling lies, do you know, because obviously they're not concrete, so don't have the imagination for it.
No.
But I did lie once in Africa.
And only. One and only lie.
Well, it's a specific time I can remember. And I was pushed into it. I didn't want to lie. I was pushed into it.
Right, okay.
So I was in Africa, right?
Great starting point.
Yeah. I was in Africa and I was doing like this pre-medical placement thing.
Okay.
Because I was going to be a doctor.
Right.
I want to be a doctor. So I was doing this.
Imagine you being a doctor. Imagine me being on my deathbed and you coming on to save my life and be like, what the fuck? Get her out! Imagine you. Hi. You giving the last, or you CPR, you'd be like, "Da, bitch,
da, bitch, give her a pissery, good, da." So no, I was in Africa and I was working in this hospital, right? So I was doing lots of different things, and the rules are a lot more relaxed in Africa.
I think you mean there are no rules.
There are no rules. So they're always kind of happy whenever they had students and stuff, just for an extra hand.
Yeah.
So I was doing lots of different things. Like there was really cool things we saw. Like there was this guy who come in who'd been mauled by a hyena, and you're not going to see that here, which was really interesting. And I was like delivering babies and stuff. I was on like the labour ward. Yeah, it was so cool.
Oh my god.
We all got to do one surgery each. Like be very heavily involved in the surgery. Do you know what mine was?
What?
So everyone else got to do like a tonsillectomy or, you know, different things that get like something to do with the skin. I got to do a circumcision. Right? I was like, I am very underqualified.
This common theme of penis just comes up in your life.
Absolutely. I was like, I don't even know what that. So I went down and there was this guy and his mate was there and I was like, his mate, and like they were all to me, okay, this is what you do. But like I was doing it and another student was like holding it and I was doing like the cutting and the stitching and all. But because it was African, it was so hot, we had to wear our normal clothes, scrubs over the top of those, a white coat, a hairnet, a mask and gloves. So I was holding this guy's penis, stitching it up. I'd already given him the injections and all. And
was he awake?
He was awake. He was sitting up. He was awake.
Oh right, that's even worse.
But it was only under local anaesthetic
right, okay.
because they don't have the facilities and the medication all the way up here. So I was doing it and I started to faint as I was doing the stitches because it was so unbelievably hot. And also I think I was fainting because this was my first vision of a penis, and I thought. Not only am I seeing it, I'm cutting into it and stitching it. Jesus Christ. So I started to faint, and here's me. And like, do you know when your eyesight goes?
Hi, everything goes black.
Everything goes black, and everything was black. And I thought, oh my God, I actually just nearly fainted there now thinking about it. And I was holding this, stitching, and I was like, and then my hair started to go, and I was like, I don't know if anybody can hear me, but I can't hear anything and I can't see anything. And I would like someone...
Imagine being that man. She's got my like, jack in her hand.
Like, I would like someone to take this penis from me. Which I never thought I was going to say before. It's like,
I am done with the
penis. Take this penis from me because I am going to faint. And I woke up on the floor. I passed out. I was on the floor. His mom was still lying on the bed, like half sitting up. The proper doctor, the surgeon, was into it. I was on the floor like this, and someone was trying to give me a Fanta and everything. And it was just it was the weirdest experience of my life. That has nothing to do with the lie.
That's what I was going to say. Where's the lie then?
Nothing to do with the lie. It's just when I think about Africa, I think about that man's penis. So I probably disfigured him for life. Do you know
was that the last time you seen a dick?
First and last, yeah.
The last time I seen one was this morning, leaving my son to his daddy's.
Very good. I didn't know where that was going. That was good.
It's like, see you later, dick.
I was, it was
no,
the first and last. I've seen them in books, like, but that's it.
Books. Same. Dying to see one.
So, so I was in Africa, right? And after I'd, like, disfigured this man and, like, you know, worked in the labour and all, I went home and there was like the place I was staying, they had like a housekeeper. And this was the lie that I told that she forced me into.
Right, okay.
She was obsessed with my name, right? She loved my name.
Was she African?
She was African, yeah.
Did she pronounce it Emer or Amar? What way did they pronounce it?
It was a wee bit off, maybe more like Emer, right?
Well, I love that.
Yeah, it was nice when she said it. Thank you. It was nice when she said it. So, I love your name. And her name is Catherine, which is my sister's name. So we kind of had this thing about her names.
It's not very African, is it?
No.
Not many Catherines in Africa.
But they were all a lot of them were Christian and seemed to have very English names and whatever. The man who worked in the place was called Rafiki, which I thought was so cool because that's the name of the
Jungle Book?
No, one of the ones in The Lion King.
Oh, The Lion King.
So I just thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Right.
But anyway, yes, this girl Catherine, and she was like, I love your name. But she asked me constantly, what is it short for? What does it mean? What is it, whatever? Because she just couldn't get over there was such a short name. And I kept saying to her, nothing. And she asked me this for days. And then on the last day that I was there, she was like, I won't do the impression, but she was like, she kept telling me she wanted me to go back and ask my parents, like, where they got the name, what it was short for. Right. So on the last day, she was like, look, have you asked your parents? I want to know what the name's short for. You can't have a name that's short and blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I asked them. Because she kept asking me, like, I was trying to leave. And she was like, well, like, what is it short for? And I was like, and then I was trying to think, what is it? And I was like, my options are, emergency or emerald. Like, they're the only two words that I could think Emer was in, like EMER. And I was like, the emerald, short for emerald, right? And she was like, such a beautiful name. So, and I was like, right, okay. And she was like, well, why Emerald? And I was like, fuck's sake. And I was
Got away into a circumcision.
I was like, I have to like come up with this whole backstory. So I then was like, oh, like Emerald, you know, like because I'm Irish and like the Emerald Isle, like I'm named after, which I thought was genius.
That's very good.
I've never thought that quickly in my life. And I was like, yes. And then I all got into it and all. I was like, you know, that the Emerald Isle, and you know, it's such a wonderful name.
I'm so well known there.
Very common name back home. So my full name's actually Emerald, but people call me Emer for short. And I was here,
Emerald Diamond.
I know. And then she, that was fine. She was delighted. Loved this name. See, about a year and a half later, I got a letter and a photograph, and she had written me a letter to say how much she loved the name, much she enjoyed meeting me in all in Africa.
Aww.
She'd had a baby and called it Emerald. So there is a baby in Africa called Emerald after me.
Way.
And it's not even my name.
And it's not your baby.
And it's not my baby. I don't think. I don't know how it works. The man with the circumcision and the penis, maybe. Do you know what I mean? Like, so she wrote me. So I have this letter. I have it framed somewhere in the house.
That is class.
And a picture.
But
she
it's
had
also
this,
fucking massive.
She had this
That's
baby.
amazing.
It's a huge. I know.
That is on.
At the end of the letter, it was like, you know, if you want to send any provisions for Emerald, like, you know, because so you know, I was like,
child benefit or anything.
Wow, I could not believe it.
That is.
So there's a kid in Africa called after me, but it's not even my name.
It's not your name.
No.
But I get that too. People be like, "What's Jenna short for? Are you Jennifer?" People just call me Jennifer, and I'm like,
Jenna's way nicer than Jennifer. I like the name Jenna.
That is my name.
It's nice.
But people.
But I
think
know a
it's
few
short.
Jennas.
I only know me. Anyway, Julie, what was your lie? You told us, and you started speaking when we came in.
Yes!
And then we said, hush, little baby, because we want this on
We want this on camera.
So nice and loud for everyone
What was your lie?
What was your lie, Julie?
You psychopath.
I told a bunch of kids that I was Demi Lovato's cousin.
So Julie told a bunch of your friends
Kids!
that she was Demi Lovato's cousin.
First of all, what a bizarre celebrity to choose.
Why Demi Lovato out of everyone?
Why were you trying to ingratiate yourself with a bunch of kids through Demi Lovato?
They were campers. I was their counsellor.
Oh, you.
Excuse
The
me.
counsellor is lying to the kids. Can we get a name of this camp so that we can avoid it?
It's gonna be like a conversion camp or something. That's a camp I was at. I knew I met Demi Lovato's cousin one time. Oh my god!
I was thinking, because you kind of look alike. That some of the kids say to you, you look.
They look alike. What? Because they both got dark hair
Aye,
and they're both female. Julie, go on, sing for us.
They just kept on asking me things about myself, and like they were fascinated because it was American camp, and they were fascinated that I was from Ireland.
Same as Emer then.
So,
yeah.
I think like they wanted. I think they wanted me to seem more interesting, and I wanted to seem more interesting.
Right. Okay.
But why Demi Lovato?
I know why.
I loved Demi Lovato.
Oh, you loved her at the
Why?
time?
You're the only person I've ever heard say I love Demi Lovato.
Same, actually.
Quite a niche celebrity.
I would never
to
go
love.
on and like type her in to listen to it. Like if she comes on the radio, great. But it's not.
What do you
that
love
I would.
about her?
The same way you love Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond is a internationally recognised talent.
But so is Demi Lovato. She's
From
served
being
some
in Camp
time.
Rock. Served time.
Served good time in her
All
career.
right, female in prison.
I think she did possibly as well.
So you pretended you were Demi Lovato's cousin. That is a way. I'm
I'm not sure I ever told them the truth. I can't remember.
You can't. You get too far into it.
You can't backtrack then.
No, absolutely not. Like I've just bought Emerald like a 10th birthday present. Like you can't. And I'm like, love from Emerald
Do
Maguire.
you send gifts to Emerald?
Yeah.
Jesus, Emer, you're so deep into this.
I know.
I really hope that woman, Catherine, never finds out about this.
They're probably Emerald probably doesn't even exist. I'm just propping up Catherine's lifestyle at this point. You know what I mean?
Or you're disassociating again.
Or I'm
this
dissociating
isn't
and
real
none
life.
of it exists.
Except for the
Oh my
circumcision.
god, I'm still in the blackout from the man's penis. This is all invented. None of this happened.
You're on the floor thinking some woman named her, but you're on the theatre floor after
I'm on
saying
the
about
theatre floor.
Wooly.
My god, right. Well, we do our Ask Bimbo and Butch. Because
Yes.
we have so many things that we believe that we could talk about this for a long ass time.
Again, we could have two. That's what I said at the start. We need two parts.
Absolutely.
We need two parts to the dating app disaster as well, because
Yeah.
we've had so many DMs.
Do you know what I was
about that.
thinking? Do you think we could get Demi Lovato on
Aye.
and introduce her to her cousin? Like
Yeah.
that their long lost family thing?
David
And be like,
Call.
they'd be like, Demi, this is your cousin Julie.
And she's Irish. So once you say Irish, I think people will be like, Oh my
They'll
God.
be like, oh
yes.
my God.
Americans just love Irish people, don't they?
Absolutely.
We'll try. We'll message her from.
We'll
the
get
Bumble
a
Butch
few
page.
guests for the next one. We'll get Demi Lovato. We'll get Emerald, and we'll maybe the guy, the penis guy.
Yes, get him.
We can't have Dan because you're not putting him on
Not
anymore.
anymore. No, I can't make money off him anymore. He's
Absolutely.
done.
We've used him up.
I've monetized him too much. So for
our questions.
The listener one don't know why she does not want to be named, because this isn't even bad lie, but she said, my dad told me the ice cream truck only plays music when it's out of ice cream, and I believed it until I was 17.
That's genius.
That is genius.
That dad is really intelligent.
And he's also a cheap ass, broke ass bitch.
Most dads are though. That is amazing.
That is
I
such
really
a good
like
idea.
that. That's a good one.
I think I might use that.
Well, if I had a kid, I would use that.
Aye.
Oh, that's class. So
we're not meant to be picking up the lies.
no, but that's really. I think that's innovative stuff. I like that. Julie, you gonna use that with your kids? The ice cream trucks come to Ballyclare?
Are they allowed in?
I hear them, but I never see them.
Do you ever see the weird Uncle Sam one that's still going around with the big Uncle Sam face on the back, the 3D face?
No.
Is that a dairy thing? Have you ever seen that?
It must be a dairy thing.
It's traumatizingly scary. That's why I never wanted an ice cream.
Our next listener, I didn't talk for the whole first year of middle school, so everyone thought I was mute. Then on the last day of school, I walked up in front of the entire stage and told them how to properly pronounce my name. That's kind of cool. I think, like, that's like in Pitch Perfect, you know, whenever the girl who does a beatboxing, she doesn't talk for the whole movie, and then she says something at the end and everybody's blown away.
Aye.
But I wonder how that happened.
I wonder why it was...
Everyone thought that they were mute. Did they just
so
not...
Everyone thought I was mute?
Yeah, just didn't get around to speaking, and then they thought, what's the point?
Don't like it. Maybe it was the name, because they just said I had to properly pronounce my name, so maybe they were not a great speaking English. I don't know.
Maybe. Absolutely. What's our next one? We've got quite a few
Next
today.
one. So, oh my God, chewing gum. Going back
Oh,
to
yeah.
When I was younger, my mum told me if I swallowed chewing gum, it would stay in my stomach for 7 years. I was so horrified when I heard this, so I completely avoided chewing gum my whole life. I found out later that this is a myth. It actually only stays in your stomach for a week.
I believe the 7 years thing too.
But why are mommy so dead against chewing gum? I think it's in case it falls out of our mouth and onto the good upholstery in the house.
Maybe, but we didn't have good upholstery, so I don't know if that is. Like, my mum just thought it looked really, like, common.
I am an avid... My people call me Alex Ferguson.
You are a chewing gummer. You are a chewing gummer.
And it's anxiety.
So my mum just didn't like how it looked.
She would hate me then.
Absolutely.
Aye.
So, next one, listener. I was once on a dinner date with a guy and I just wasn't feeling it. Just before dessert, I got my sister to ring me and pretend there was a family emergency and I had to go. I think that's okay because you don't want to be wasting somebody's time.
I have done that.
Have you done that? I couldn't do that to a girl.
I can't lie. Like, I can't, even though
you can't feign interest in someone.
Yeah. And I am known for, if I have to go, I have to go. I'll just get up and go. It doesn't matter when or where or how. My family are used to that now. But I was once on a date and I just was like, my sister rang and said, I blamed my power.
And said, Snowy's just been mauled by an Alsatian.
Snowy's back.
My sister just rang there. It cost her 2 fish. And
I gotta go. See ya. Right, last one. He's ready?
Absolutely.
So last one, listener number 5. My mum found my weed stash and I blamed it on my brother.
So brothers are for?
Yeah. She raided his room and found his weed stash. He got blamed for all the weed and for stashing it in my room, and she signed it off. I'm sorry, Patty.
That's a bad sister. That's a bad sister. But that is exactly what siblings
Patty.
do.
Poor Patty.
That is what siblings do, isn't it? My brother did something similar. Whenever I was younger, I had
heroin under your
pack.
bed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I had a packet of cigarettes in my wardrobe that I'd hid. Now, I was probably 18, but like cigarettes in our house, big no. Like even at my 18th birthday, which was in my house, my mum did a stop and search of everyone on the way in. Anyone had alcohol, she confiscated, even if they were 18.
Right.
So, like, no drink, no cigarettes. I know, stop and search, empty her pockets, folks. Just like she
took it all, and she took it all.
She's black. So, so my brother found these cigarettes in my cupboard or wardrobe, which he was obviously looking and hoking because why was he going through?
What for?
I don't know, like going through my cupboard, but he's 5 years younger than me, so he was still in major tout mode.
Okay. Oh,
so
right,
he
right.
went and reported it to my parents, and like, oh my god, I got in so much trouble. But that is what siblings do. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely.
Or else the worst one is, if you don't do this, I will tell mommy and daddy that you don't not this.
Well, do you know what I used to get? If you don't do this, I'm going to tell mommy and daddy you're gay.
That's
and I was like 13, and I knew I was.
That's because you were nabbed being gay.
I know. I knew I was.
And you were caught being gay when you were.
I'll have to do everything that I'm told. If you don't do it, I'm going to tell them you're gay. And that's siblings. That's nothing to do with being gay.
That's horrific.
It's about siblings
it's
getting.
Just,
do you know what I want? Do you know what I mean? It's just about siblings getting what they want.
Oh my god.
Because your kids and your brains aren't developed, and you're just all wee shits. Do you know what I mean? I probably would have done the same thing. Do you know what I mean? So
held
yeah,
to ransom. Oh Christ.
Absolutely held to ransom. It's not like I could say, oh well, I'm not gay, because I mean, look at me.
You can hide it.
Couldn't hide it. So that's probably all we've got time for this week.
I know.
We can't stop talking.
I know.
There's something wrong with us. Do you like my wee Powerpuff Girls top?
I love it, and I want it. I'm wearing it for the next episode.
I was thinking, yeah, you can wear it next time. I was thinking, this would make me look a bit more feminine today, but I don't think actually it's working. No, I just still like Butch's inning.
Aye.
Not
when you went.
I love it. I really love it.
So
it's the kind of thing people come up to me and say, either I love your top or I hate your top. Why do you dress like that?
It spoils I am autistic.
Oh, absolutely. I'm happy with that. So
I love it.
Next week our episode is going to be things that women are expected to do but absolutely don't want to. That's a good thing.
Everything.
Be here. Julie's like, I'm expected to be here and sit through this shit. I could be off with my cousin Demi. I could be in LA right now.
Instead of these two wankers who think they're someone.
I think Julie hates listening to us, you know.
I would be so sick listening to us if I was her as well.
So would I.
Right, so next week then is everything that women are expected to do but really don't want to do. We'll see you next week for that. Thank you so much for watching. I am Jenna, aka Bimbo.
And I'm Emer, aka Butch. See you next week.
Bye bye.